Thanks for staying with us. Public Works and Infrastructure Minister Dean Macpherson is investigating sex for jobs, political interference, as well as corruption in the expanded Public Works program. He visited Umngeni in KwaZulu-Natal this week to hear from people on how to improve the EPWP program and was left shocked by some of what he's heard. Dean Macpherson, who's the Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure, joins us live now. Minister, good evening to you and thank you so much for your time. Firstly, let's just start by you telling us a bit more what you've heard on the ground, particularly when it relates to this disturbing allegations of sex for jobs.
Thank you, and it's good to be with you this evening. This forms part of the EPWP listening tour that I'm conducting around the country, because what we want to see is that after EPWP being around for the last 20 years and it contributing immensely to millions of people across South Africa, how do we now take that to the next level? How do we make it bigger? How do we make it better? And in order to do so, we've got to be able to listen to the experience of participants and hear from the broader community. So we started in the Eastern Cape, and yesterday I was in KwaZulu-Natal. And I must say that, obviously hearing things like people being asked for their party membership cards, people being asked to pay councillors, people being asked to offer their bodies, which I find particularly grotesque and shocking, in exchange for an EPWP job, not only speaks to the problem and the lack of transparency within how these allocations are done, but to the real desperation that people have to be in the program for the short while that they are able to be so. So, I heard some positive stories. I heard some negative stories, and these sorts of issues feed into the overall program and how we want to redesign it and review it, so that we make it more fit for purpose for the next 20 years.
Minister, are they telling you that it's those who are in charge who are saying that offer your body or even your, show us the membership that you hold as far as a political party is concerned?
Yes, I think that one of the problems with EPWP is where the allocations are located, and they are mostly located in ward councillors' offices. And so you give immense power to individuals to be able to determine who gets these allocations. And I think that that's where the problem lies. So there's no transparency, there's no credible list. Some people have been in EPWP for 10 years. Now that just actually shouldn't be able to happen, because you are only supposed to be in the program for 3 months. So how someone is able to be in it for 10 years proves to me that there is a problem with allocations. Now, when I heard from the mayor about how they have done it out of their office, they do it on a lottery-based system, so everyone is able to have an opportunity, and no person gets the same opportunity twice, and that it is done in a very transparent way, that the community responded and said, no, that's what we want. And when it's done in that way and how it's done out of the mayor's office, we're very comfortable with that. But when it's done at a ward councillor's office, that's what we don't want, and that's where the problems lie. And there was a specific ward that was mentioned, so I'm going to investigate how it is that in one household you have 3 or 4 people that have an EPWP opportunity, but in the house next door, not a single person has ever had an opportunity. So that really points in the direction of where the problems are and what needs to be reformed.
And apart from the mayors, what else are you looking for to ensure that maybe now you dismantle the power so that it doesn't lie in the hands of this one individual, for example, in some of these communities, so that you also, as national government and even provincial government, you have a better handle on the system as well?
Well, I think there's an opportunity for technology to play a role here. I don't understand why, that you cannot get an SMS or a WhatsApp to say that you have now been chosen to participate in the program, and you then report to your local municipal office or EPWP office, where you are then enrolled. I mean, we do live in 2024, not, sort of 20 or 30 years ago when that sort of technology wasn't available. So I want to look into options like that. But clearly, there's got to be greater control and an oversight by national and provincial government on how this program unfolds. But it's not just about the allocation. We want to make skills a central pillar of the program, so that we are giving people an opportunity to find meaningful long-term employment, because it's through employment that people are able to find dignity for themselves and for their families. And that's what people want. People don't want to be living in EPWP for their entire life cutting grass. They want to gain skills. They want to work in a formal business or for a formal company, where they're able to move up the opportunity ladder. And I think that EPWP, the next transition for EPWP, has to be one from poverty alleviation to skills development and skills preparation for the formal sector. And we've got some really great ideas of how we can partner with the private sector and with our own entities in the department to start to contribute to that long-term employment in the construction industry, particularly. That is what our focus is.
And given the fact that, we just got those unemployment numbers, that goes a long way towards ensuring that there is sustainability in that sector as well. But as a final one then, where does your tour take you to next in order to be able to understand exactly what's at the heart of some of the challenges across the country?
Absolutely. We want to go from every community in every type of setting. So next, I think we are moving to Limpopo before the end of the year. In Mpumalanga. Sorry, just had to get that right. In Mpumalanga. And then we will then finish the balance of the provinces, the 6, within the first quarter of next year. We will then move into a phase where we'll review the inputs. I personally sit there and write down every comment myself, and I keep it in my book. So those will go into the review process. Then we'll start looking at a policy document, which we will then take back to communities and say, this is what we think we can do. This is the next phase of EPWP. What are your thoughts and views, so that we can actually try and create something that everyone buys into, everyone is proud of, and it's a program that really contributes to our overall goals, which is to turn South Africa into a construction site and to lead with infrastructure-led growth.
Minister, keen to hear what you then find across the country and what then is part of that policy document. But thank you so much for talking to us this evening. Appreciate it. That's Dean Macpherson, the Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure.